Hello.
Hello, Mikel. How are
Hi.
you?
Very good, thank you.
Good, good. So, injury updates. Thomas Partey finally seen in the squad.
We've got some late decisions to make. Thomas won't be one of those, but we have a few that obviously we had some issues at the end of last game, and we're still uncertain with a few players.
So it won't be a late decision for Thomas. Does that mean that he is in the squad?
Thomas is not in the squad. No.
Disappointed?
Well, it's what it is. You want everybody available, and he's a top player for us, really important player for us, but at the moment he's not fit yet.
And those late decisions, is one of them Declan Rice?
It is one of the players, yes.
And what are the chances? Is he racing against time?
He's done some work, but he's missed some work as well. But hopefully he's going to be okay.
And Gabriel, I guess, would be another one.
Yeah, that's another one. Yeah.
So back to Thomas, is he likely to be involved, do you think, for the Liverpool game?
We will see. We'll see how things evolve, and if that's too short or that's okay.
So I'm not going to. I know there's only a few days left in the transfer window. It all seems pretty quiet. So I'm not going to ask about any ins, but on outs, are you leaving the club in the summer?
Who, me? No, that's totally fake news. What you read yesterday is, I don't know where it's coming from, and it's totally untrue. I'm really upset about it.
When you heard the report, I guess you were trying to relax on a Sunday evening. What was your reaction?
I could not believe. I don't know where it's coming from, and it has no source. It's got nothing, and I think we have to be very cautious when you talk about personal things to put it in the way that it was put yesterday.
You've got unfinished business here, quite clearly.
I'm in the right place. I'm with the right people. I feel really good about it, and as I said many times, I'm immersed in a beautiful journey with this football club, with these players, the staff, our people, and there is still a lot to do.
I guess people wrongly, somebody over there was adding 2 and 2 together and making 7. The fact that Xavi is leaving in the summer, your association with Barcelona, is that a compliment to you in a way?
But that's something that we cannot control. This is part of football. But that's something very different to someone putting a statement about something that I'm doing. That's very, very different. And the other one is just part of football and this industry. That's it.
Obviously, your contract does run out in 18 months' time or so. I know everyone's very relaxed. The board's with you, you're with the board. There's no rush to talk about a new contract. But is that something that might put these rumours to bed?
I don't know. I think I've got a extraordinary relationship with the board, with Edu, with team, with ownership, and things come in a natural way. And we always done it that way, and it worked out really well. And when the time is right, we would have those discussions, and I think about the best way to do it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi.
After those 3 defeats in a row, did you feel that the type of performance and the result, the reaction you got against Palace is a matter of time?
Well, yes, because when the team performs the way we did and we lose games, I was hoping that it could not carry out the way it did. But this is football, and it can still happen. But I was very confident that it was coming because I could see the team, the way it was playing, performing, how upset and angry they were not to have what we deserved, and as well it was, I think, a motivation as well to, after the break, put it right and get back on track.
Looking at Nottingham Forest tomorrow, you had roughly 10 days to prepare. They had significantly less. They have plenty of players involved in the AFCON. Do you see an advantage from your point of view?
I see. We can manage and optimize our preparation, and this is what we have tried to do against a team that I know the manager really well. Is going to be extremely competitive. We have some really bad experiences over there in the last 2 seasons, so we're going to have to be really good to beat them.
I want to ask you about Martinelli. The 2 goals that he scored against Palace recently. How important are they for his confidence levels and also for the team to offer him the right support to carry on doing it in a consistent manner? Absolutely.
Sharing the goals, we said that it's really important, but there is the individual, is the me, and the confidence and taking some anxiety away from it and actually scoring 2 beautiful goals like we did. I think is going to make him a lot of positive things.
I want to ask you about Jurgen Klopp, please. The announcement he shared recently. How do you think Jurgen not only changed Liverpool as a club, but the whole Premier League as a competition?
Well, I think he's made this league much better. I think, first of all, the person, the character, the charisma, the way of transmitting his ideas and his passion for the game is something special, and I think he's had a big contribution for the growth of this league. And then I love the way he did it, the emotion that he put it. And when you see a human side explaining the reasons behind it and the challenges and everything that goes related to our job, I think it was spot on. And I think when someone is done what he's done for that football club, for the league, you have to respect that and basically say thank you, because I think he made the league better, he made every manager better, and he made this league much more beautiful and intense.
Mikel, you talk about the personal side of having to be a manager with Jurgen Klopp leaving Liverpool. Obviously, he's been there 8-9 years. Arsene Wenger was here for over 2 decades. Is it harder now to be a manager at a successful club in the Premier League than it ever was under Wenger or Fergie?
Well, I cannot respond to that question. I used to speak with Arsene, and he took his job like we all do, and then we put so many hours and we put our lives to it and over energy. And sometimes you feel that you don't have it anymore. It can happen when you are a player, when you do any job. And as a manager, you have to be very cautious managing that energy and your time and how much you invest on that, because it is extremely demanding. I love it, and I'm young and I have a lot of energy, but I understand that after so many years, I think with Jurgen it was 24 years doing a different job in different countries, is something that naturally happens.
But you're also high energy, high intensity. So how do you keep going every week, every month, every season back to be able to get to that level again?
I think because I love what I do, and I love every minute, and I get a lot of joy with waking up every morning and knowing that I have to drive to Colney and I'm going to meet these people, I'm going to spend time together, and we're going to prepare to be better for the next day. And that's what it drives you. It drives you when you feel respected, when you feel loved as well, when you see a clear direction and ambition, what you want to do as a club and as a team. And this is where we are right now.
When you were talking about the fake rumours of you going to Barcelona just now, you mentioned you said you were angry. Were you angry because somebody put that story out there, or were you angry because you have such a close relationship with the fans, you didn't want them to think, oh, I've read that, it must be true?
Yeah, but one is a consequence of the other. First of all, because I'm really cautious about when I talk publicly about my personal things, and when someone puts a statement saying something that I say or did, it is upsetting. I understand that we are in this industry. And the second one, because I don't think no one deserves to hear that in news like that. And I've always been really straight, and I always said completely the opposite, how happy I am, how grateful I am, and how much I enjoy where I am right now. So that's the reason why I'm upset.
And finally, we're now over the winter break, as it were. It's full blast pretty much towards the end of the season. You've talked before about being in a traffic jam on the motorway in terms of the top of the table. How are you going to get into top gear and be full in top gear between now and May?
Well, we've been that for the first 6 months. We've been there. There were moments we were second, third, fourth. We were first as well for periods just before Christmas or during Christmas, and now we have to catch up. And the best way to do it is continue to play how we're playing, get results, get momentum, and put back-to-back victories. And at the moment, it doesn't depend on us, but there is still so much football to play.
Markham here.
You mentioned a couple of times how you feel you're in the right place at this club, and I know you've said that in the past as well. Do you feel then that you have still unfinished business here, given you took them from 8th in your first season to second and challenge? You're still not finished here at all, right?
There is a lot to do here as well, and we all share that ambitions, and you can feel it as well, that we want more, that we're not satisfied, and the club wants to take again another push and another level in everything that we are doing, and this is what we are, and we need everybody on board to achieve it, and I'm certainly on board.
And then just a quick one on the contract. Have you had any discussions yet about a new deal?
No, we haven't, but this is something that it would happen, and naturally when it has to happen, if it has to happen, and that's it.
Hi, Mikel. Just on you wanting, I guess everyone wanting to make another push with the club, I was just wondering, with a lot of it being your work, this is your team, I think we can see that. How proud has that made you over the past 4 years to make that kick on yourself?
Yeah, well, I always felt that it was our team, it was my team, because when you make the decision to coach, to manage a team, a club, you have to make those players your own. It's the same with the staff. You know, it's not players that they sign another manager. You make them your own. You try to maximize as you want. We had 2 years of very difficult COVID situation that we cannot forget, and then my job become more normal within the complexity of the situation that we have, much more normal and doable, hopefully, and I'm enjoying it a lot. And I feel that we are in the right track. But again, I think we are still very far with my vision is that where this club and this team has to be.
You mentioned those COVID years. Did that almost make the group even stronger because it was so irregular?
I don't know. We navigate some difficult moments and challenges that we have through COVID, I think, in a really powerful way. And hopefully, my belief is that created emotionally a really strong attachment and belief that we were the right people to take the club forward. You know, and I think it happened for a reason, and I think we used it in the right way.
Okay. I'm Mikel.
Hi.
Say you're in the right place, and obviously with Jurgen leaving, there might be a bit of a less of a rival at the top, and the club Arsenal is so settled now. You're settled. The squad is relatively settled, even though you said there's obviously improvements that can be made. Above you is settled. Do you feel maybe you're in a good position now to, with Liverpool maybe going through a period of transition, Chelsea transition, Man U transition? Do you think maybe you look at the league and you think, wow, we could possibly go on and dominate this year, or maybe the years to come?
We don't know. I think we can take care of our own business. We've got a lot here still to do, and what others do, we don't know. Sometimes there's a new manager, they have really great impact straight away, and we have some cases in this league that happened in the past, and sometimes, as you said, need some transition. We cannot control it. Let's focus on what we can do.
Okay, James.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Jurgen Klopp announced he was stepping down. You said that you could never manage another club in England because of the relationship he had with Liverpool. I just wondered, obviously you're younger, but you've had 4 years here as a manager, 5 as a player. Could you ever see yourself managing another club in England?
Today, no, but I don't know. I played for 2 great clubs in this country. I moved around in different things. I'm extremely young, and I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Okay, we'll now go to 10:30 tonight. Kick off with Crossy.
Hello.
Yo, people, welcome back. There's a press conference for you guys. Hope you guys can hear me. Let me just check my audio because I've knocked my mic plugged in today. Yeah, you guys can hear me. That's good. So, yeah, just went through Arteta's press conference there, people. Big everyone tuning in as always. Make sure you guys hit like buttons up. Sub channel if you are new as well. Leave a comments down below. Basically, Arteta confirming that Thomas Partey will not be in the squad for Nottingham Forest. Maybe he's not back yet, but he's back in training, but maybe he's not ready to play the game against Nottingham Forest. But he's not in the squad, people. Confirmed by Mikel Arteta. Thomas Partey will not be in the squad for the game against Nottingham Forest. He also went on to say about Barcelona rumours, saying he's not going anywhere. He said he was angry with the news, and he said he's not going anywhere. It's all fake news. He came out and confirmed. Basically, he was very upset with what was sort of published yesterday by the Spanish outlet Sport, who obviously they're Catalonian, they're part of Barcelona. So of course, they make this stuff up. And he was very apparently angry with the news. And he's saying he's going nowhere. He's going to sign a new contract pretty much as well, people. That'll be announced in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, the main thing we took at the press conference is, Partey's not in the squad, people. I don't know what to think about that, really. He's back in training. Maybe he's not fully fit to feature against Nottingham Forest. Hopefully we'll see him in our next game against whoever we played next. Completely gone up my mind, whoever we play next after Nottingham Forest. But yeah, he will not be featuring in the game there. And obviously, with Arteta, he's going nowhere, guys. He's confirmed it that he's saying at Arsenal, not leaving at the end of the season and going to be signing a new contract. But everyone in the chat, by the way, Luke, the link is in the chat if you do want to come on. Jordan's here as well. Big up to you. Do you see Arteta being linked with Barca? Yeah, big up to you, Ade. Hope you had a nice birthday yesterday, bro. Yeah, man. He's came out and confirmed that it's not true. Yeah, he's gonna be signing a new contract pretty much. We got Luca with us as well.
Big up,
He's
man.
saying, Luca, are you all good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Happy Monday, bro.
Happy Monday, man. Monday almost over already, but yeah, I hope you're good.
Yeah, I'm all good, man. We just been through Arteta's press conference. He came out and said that Partey is not in the
man. I
squad.
listened to it, man. Yeah.
He came out and said that he's not going anywhere. He's staying at Arsenal. What's your thoughts on all that, bro?
For me, I think it's for me. Look, it is what it is, right? Because this is what people don't understand, right? About this fan base for me on social media, right? I get told that I can't celebrate for, and I will call out this person, right? If you don't mind,
Of
right?
course.
Yeah, thank you, right? Kira on social media says to me that I can't actually go on and actually celebrate. I can celebrate whatever I want, right? What is it with people, right? And I can understand, yes, if they love Mikel Arteta, if they think he's the right man for the job, cool. But what if we don't win anything at the end of the season, right? And this guy has spent 200 million in this transfer window, right? He hasn't bought anyone in the January transfer window. And I can understand, right? People might say yes because of FFP. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. But why did we not bring anyone in, right? That's okay. Sell some players. Look at Liverpool. They bought Virgil van Dijk and Alisson and sold Coutinho in January. Why couldn't we not sell like Eddie Nketiah and Smith Rowe and then get Ivan Toney in this January transfer window? Because clearly this club's not serious, right? And that's it. They don't care about the league title, right? And this is why Kroenke, yes, he may have backed Mikel Arteta for the last 4 or 5 years, but how many transfer windows does this manager need to go on and win the league? Okay, because last season we're not the team as we were last season, right? We look, yes, we might get back on track slowly, but we want to be back on track quicker. And we've got 2 very important games. 2 massive games this season will define where this Arsenal side really are. And Forest ain't going to be an easy game. I said it in my preview yesterday. And Liverpool on Sunday, right? What is it with these people, right, believe that this manager deserves another season if he just finishes top 4, right, and doesn't win anything? Because if people believe that this manager deserves another contract, then the fan base are just accepting top 4. They're not accepting winning the league. They don't care about the league. Okay, I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, right, if people believe that this manager is good enough to get given another transfer window and go spend another 100, 200 million, how many windows does this guy need, right? Because for me, we've spent 700 million in the last 4.5, 5 years, right? Does that mean he needs another 300-400 million? We spent £1 billion. It took Chelsea to spend £1 billion to get to a League Cup final, right? You don't need £1 billion to go and win the League Cup final, right? And for me, you look at with this manager. This is why Mikel Arteta out, and he has to go on and prove to me. Okay, fair enough. We're not bringing anyone in January. Cool, fair enough, right? Go and prove it with the squad. What you've got now, you've got Thomas Partey, right? Back, right? Fit, ready, trained, right? Go and do it. Go and do it from now to the end of the season. Win either the Premier League or the Champions League. I don't care which one we win out of the 2, right? Win one of them. Do that, Mikel Arteta, right? Then I'll come out and apologise and everything, right? But for me, what is it with these people and these expectations that people really believe? Are people scared that they're not ready to accept to raise the standards that this manager is a good manager? Arteta is a good manager, but he ain't a manager to go on and win the league. You need a top elite manager. Because if we continue with this manager for the next 3 or 4 years and keep spending, what is the aim next season? What is the aim next season? Do we go again and just be like a repeat? It'd be like a never end cycle.
No, I hear it, Luca. I hear it 100%, bro. And as I said, when I obviously did when the whole news came out about him signing a new contract, I'm like, why are we offering the guy halfway through a season as well? It's not like they wait to the end of the season to assess the manager to see why he deserves a new contract. Like, I understand people's point of view. I understand where they say, oh, he's got us back firing at the top, and I get all of that. But at the end of the day, he spent a lot of money at Arsenal, and for me, this is my opinion. You have to go and deliver us a trophy, Arteta. You have to, because then this will go round and round and round in circles, Luca. We'll be in a cycle of giving this manager more and more money, and sooner or later, we'll be talking that this manager has spent £1 billion with us. I still won nothing. And for the size of our football club, we're the furthest club in England, Luca. It's unacceptable.
100%.
We wanted Wenger out because he wasn't doing enough, yeah? Okay, he outstayed his welcome sort of thing. He was here for 22 years. But Arsene Wenger was getting top 4 every single season, wasn't he? And he was actually challenging. But the issue with fans is that they wanted him out because we wanted more than that. We wanted league titles. We wanted to win the Champions League.
This is the thing, right? Because I 100% agree. Because with people, right, with Arsene Wenger, right, why did everybody raise the standards at the time? Oh, wait, because the whole Wenger out protest situation, right? And then eventually, the only way we got Wenger out because of the fans, right? I don't understand why we can't do the same with Arteta. And this is the problem with our fan base on social media, right? Especially on that Twitter platform, right? The thing is, yes, the Cronkies have backed Mikel Arteta, right? And they sacked Wenger, right? Because the way Arsene Wenger's first career in the first 10 years, we were winning leagues, we were winning doubles, we were winning cups, and then from that, I think Arsene Wenger's reign ended after probably like 2008 or 2006 Champions League final because we just kept getting top four. Went 9 years without a cup, won the FA Cups, and then Guardiola. Jurgen Klopp was not in the Premier League until around that sort of time. And for me, it's just PR crap. And this is why, yes, Edu is another situation, right? What does he see in this manager, right? And look, the Cronkies have actually given Arteta some money. Cool, that's what you're supposed to do. Back a manager, plant a lot of money and all that. But for me, how many years are we going to be going through the same old? What if we get over £1 billion, right? And then we realise that we can't spend money because the FFP. Like, the problem with this manager is he's spending money on the wrong correctly, okay? Havertz. We didn't need to go and buy Kai Havertz. James Maddison was available in the summer transfer window, right? Ivan Toney was available in the summer transfer window. Or even January. We could have saved that 65 mil, right? And could have actually gone on, right? And actually go on and actually buy an Ivan Toney in this window. And look, I can understand, yes, Arsenal was saving the money for the summer, right? Because they don't want to risk an FFP. But why is the fans not raising the expectations and saying that we need someone now? They're just sitting back and thinking, oh, he's not going anywhere. Oh, he's not going anywhere.
And that just tells me all I need to know about the owners, all I need to know about the club, that they're willing to offer him as a contract mid-season when we've won nothing. What does that tell you, Luca? We're not ambitious. Because if we were ambitious, we'll wait to the end of the season to assess his situation.
Well, yeah, exactly. And you look at Liverpool. Jurgen Klopp is leaving at the end of the season, right? And they're top of the league. We were top of the league for Christmas Day, right? And I said, if we would have beaten West Ham, Fulham, despite coming out of that Liverpool game with a point, I thought we would go on to win the league, right? If we would have bought Ivan Toney, I said we'll go on to win the league. But this club is never, ever serious. And this is why we will never, ever, 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 ever win the league again with a manager of this caliber. And don't get me wrong, he's a good manager, but he ain't a manager to go on and take us to the next level, right? Arteta's a great coach, but he ain't good enough to go on and win the league, okay? And that's the thing. Look, the positive I will say about the manager over the years, he's managed to get rid of people like Aubameyang and that. Cool, fair enough, that's great. But he's done well from turning all this around but you're spending too much money. Do we want to be like Chelsea, right? And end up spending over a bit. What if Chelsea go and win the League Cup this season and we don't win anything this season? Then Chelsea fans would be saying they've had a better season, right, than us.
Big up Football Bats channel. He says, is he a great coach, Lo?
Well, for me, look, not to go on and win the league, no, but he's an all right
All
coach.
right. Is he good? Is he good enough for Arsenal?
To win the league and that, no. To get top 4, maybe a title challenge, yes, but that's not what we want. We want
No.
to win trophies. The aim for an elite sport is to win trophies. And that's it. But why are people not realising? Right? People calling me flip-flop. Like certain people like Kira on social media saying, oh, we're happy with the project. What project? There was never a project. So
How are they calling you a flip flop as well, Luca? You've stuck to your opinion for time.
100%. And I just kept bombarding messages just to make sure she gets the attention and knows, because at the end of the day, right, William said we were going to win the Champions League in 3 years' time.
Yeah.
We're in 2024.
Look, but by the way, people, yeah, there's 40 people inside. Make sure you guys hit like buttons up. Also, give us up to Luca as well.
Yeah,
Look,
please do, man. We're on the road to 7K.
Yeah,
It can be done.
It can be done, people. As fans, yeah, we want Arteta to succeed. Don't get it twisted. But at the same time, Luca, right, we have expectations and we have obviously standards that this manager set for himself by getting us to a title race, getting us into a title race last season. And you know, me and you both sat there and said, wow, big credit to the manager for doing that. Getting us back talking as a bigger club, because we was in the trenches when he came in. And he had a very, very tough start. He had a start which made me doubt him a lot. You know, finishing 8th back-to-back, getting knocked out by Unai Emery in the Europa League. You know, obviously bottling top 4 itself that season.
Yeah.
So I gave him big credit, and I said, you know what, Arteta, fair play for last season, because not just the fact we was in the title race, but performance-wise, the level of performances was unbelievable. You know, that's one of the best last season I've seen Arsenal play in years, Luca. We was blitzing teams, and teams had a lot of respect for us last season, right?
Yeah.
This season, it doesn't look like we're going to win anything. That's just harsh reality of it. The fact that we haven't signed anyone in the window, the fact that the whole system has changed now due to this manager signing Kai Havertz in, I just feel like I'm not confident that we will win anything this season. And for the money that, you know, you can't sit there and spend 700 million and not be successful and not win anything. For the standards of our football club, that is unacceptable at the end of the day. You just can't spend that much money and not win anything, Luca. Because what? Okay, so he stays for say another 3 years. We give him more and more money to spend. What if we don't win anything?
Exactly, and this is the thing. And like, what is the expectations? Because I said if he wins the FA Cup, which we're not in it now, right, and he gets second, I said on my channel before, I said if he gets second and wins a trophy, right, yes, we finished second last season, but we didn't win anything on top of that, right? If we were in the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup and he got second, I say, you know what? He does deserve that contract. You give him another season, go for the league, right? And then next season you can say win the league. But no, now the 2 trophies what we're in is very unrealistic that Arsenal don't do with the squad. We always fall short, right? When you have people like Eddie Nketiah, right, where clubs want to buy Eddie Nketiah, but we refuse to not buy anyone. Karim Benzema, yes, I can understand his wages is a bit too much, right? But why can't we not sell a couple of players to free up the wages? Benzema might want £600,000 a week. Cool, fair enough. It might be a bit too much. But sometimes you're going to have to pay these odds. Just sell some players. Like, of course, we're not going to sell people like Havertz because they're still at the football club and they're going to be here until and then we're going to run down their contract. So you've got to look at it at the bright side. The amount of money you're going to give this guy in the next 3 or 4 years, we can't do nothing about it. This guy is a Spanish version of Arsene Wenger. This guy is here for such a long time. He's not. I don't say he ain't going to be here for 10 years. I think he'll be here for a good 4 years. But if he doesn't win anything, then in those 4 years, do fans really will raise the standards in those 4 years, right? And end up wanting him out? Because they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that because they'll just get to a point and just say, "Oh, he needs time." How many times does this manager need? This guy has spent 700 million. Did Arsene Wenger spend 700 million?
No, mate.
In 2004, he created players. Back then, money wasn't around, right? But now, 20 years down the line, right, Mikel Arteta, right, is now gone and spent 700 million.
It's a lot of money, man. It is a lot of money.
And
And people can't tell me the excuse anymore. Like, it hasn't been backed. The Cronkies are clearly backed him.
they've backed him. But when
So,
you say
look, this
that,
is the thing. Where's the excuses for this manager? And look, don't get it twisted. I want this guy to succeed. Of course I do. We Arsenal fans want this guy to succeed at a football club. All right? We're also allowed to have opinions on the manager as well, yeah? We give him credit. We both give him credit where credit's due. Like last season, you know, it was unbelievable. I mean, he shocked me last season, the way how well we did last season to get in the title race. I know we aren't me capitulated and, you know, didn't win anything. But I was willing to sit there, all right, you've actually competed us for a league title, which we haven't done in years, by the way. I was like, you know what? Let's see how you do this season. And this season, right, he's got knocked out of both the cups, which annoyed me because we've won, for example, the Carabao Cup, a trophy we could have won this season. We've won 2 in our history, Luca.
yeah,
I want to win the Carabao Cup. I don't care if you want to call it the Mickey Mouse Trophy, yeah? As football bants, big up to you as always, man. He says, I don't like the fact that fans look down on trophies these days. The Carabao Cup could be coupled with the FA or Premier League. Facts. I wanted to win 2 of those cups, man.
but it is because the Carabao Cup, people might say, "Oh, it's a Mickey Mouse Cup." So what if it's a Mickey Mouse Cup, right? It is a Mickey Mouse Cup, but you still want to win a trophy. And Arsenal haven't won that trophy for 31 years. 31 years, sorry, right? Since 1993, right? And for me, Arsenal don't do well in these competitions because this manager is... And here's the thing, right? When you say that, yes, the Cronkies are not that have backed Mikel Arteta, have they backed Mikel Arteta in this January transfer window? No, they haven't. Because Arteta has come out and said that and cleared, he said that he doesn't want to bring a striker, right? And now they were talking about a couple of weeks ago into the transfer market that they want to bring a defender in. Well, I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, we need a striker. And that's it. And we get links like Callum Wilson. Are you serious? Is this guy going to get you a league title?
What's his brother chatting about? Get another job. What's my bro chatting about, man?
What's this guy on about?
Why's he got an issue with our opinion? We're not allowed to have an opinion about a football club.
Live, whoever you are,
We
live.
got your opinion.
Bro's put 2 eyes in live. Maybe worry about your spelling first.
Exactly.
You don't like our opinions on our football club, Lucas. So cheers for watching, mate. Appreciate the comment. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you viewing this still. Really respect that, bro. So big up yourself, man. But we are entitled to our opinions. If you don't like it, then go and watch another channel, mate, that has the same opinions as you. I couldn't care less. Thanks for tuning in and thanks for dropping a comment. Anyway, Rory, bro, big up yourself, man. We've just been going through Arteta's press conference. Came out and said Partey will not be in the squad for the Nottingham Forest game. He also said about links with Barcelona, saying it's all false. He's staying. Most likely going to sign a new contract as well, man. Firstly, what's your thoughts on Partey not being in the squad, man, for the Forest game?
I'm actually quite surprised, if I'm being totally frank. I thought he'll be at least in the squad, judging by, you know, the pictures in training and that. But obviously, there's no further news on like why he's not been chosen in the squad, whether we're trying to get rid of him in the summer or if he's not fit. Hopefully it's because he just isn't fit and, you know, we're wrapping him in cotton wool because he knows that he is arguably our most important player. So maybe it's a case of us leaving him out on Tuesday due to the fact he is still, you know, getting back to match sharp, or if he just doesn't rate him. Hopefully, again, he's not going to be in the squad for tomorrow. And then at Liverpool, though, on when do we play? Sunday? I think hopefully we'll see further news on that and see whether he's going to be in the squad for that. I don't know. I can't really trust this guy at the moment, what he says about injuries and that. He always comes up with, oh, this player's not available, and then somehow a day later they miraculously turn up in the squad. So I don't know. It may be all false, what he's saying, because it's just
But when you say that,
it's becoming a trend nowadays.
yeah,
That whenever Mikel Arteta comes up with all this gibberish about, oh, this guy's not available, fitness tests are going to be ongoing, it turns out it's always done before kickoff that we're not expecting, if that makes sense. So, look, it's a shame because I thought Partey would have at least been on the bench. I don't think I would have started him. There's no way I would have started him. But on the bench, you could get 30 minutes out of him. As I said, if it is a case of him being left out of the squad on Tuesday to then, allow him to meditate for him to be fit on Sunday against Liverpool, then I'm all for it because we need Partey in these big games. And Forest is a big game, don't get me wrong. But it's a top six clash at the weekend at the end of the day. So I would much prefer him to be fit and ready for that Liverpool game. Whether, of course, he starts or not, it's a different story. But it's a shame because I was really expecting him to be in the squad. It's just, I don't know what's going on, really. If he's pulled up again, then you might have to sell him. But
this is
we
why
don't
we
know
should have
that.
sold him in the January transfer window because he wasn't even going to the AFCON, and his country are out of the AFCON, I believe. And the
No,
thing is, see, that's the thing. That's why we should have sold him and should have got a midfielder in the January transfer window. But this,
no. You don't sell Thomas Partey in January.
No.
why?
There's no way.
Do you guys really think it's weird how because I don't know, I think there's a little bit going on else than just an injury personally, yeah, because I swear this guy was back in training 3 weeks ago and then he's injured again. Surely this guy can't be this injury prone.
Yeah, I don't think anything's come out saying that he's injured again. It may be, again, a case of him not being in the squad because he's just come back from injury.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, and if that is the case, then yeah, fair enough. But if he's actually, got himself injured again, then I don't know what to say. It's as if the moment someone touches him in training, he's Jesus Christ. I don't know what to say really.
But why does he have all these injuries? Why did he not have these injuries? Sorry, at Atletico Madrid. Is it because you remember over the years when we had people like Van Persie, this guy was getting injury non-stop, right? Is it because we don't? Is it because we're not giving Thomas Partey the right training methods? Is it our medical staff? Because remember over the years we had terrible medical staff, right? And now it's probably got better, right? And also, I think there's something going on behind the scenes to do with his future. I don't think he doesn't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it really makes sense because whenever he has been fit, bar from Chelsea, he's pretty much played. And I know right back isn't his natural position. He should be never playing as a right back, but he has played minutes. So I don't really understand. But yeah, in January, there's no consideration that we should be selling him in January purely because trophies have got to deliver now, and we got ever so close to doing so last season with Thomas Partey playing 70% of the season. I mean, I don't want to remind you, but Thomas Partey was injured for less games than Zinchenko did. But nothing towards Zinchenko that we should be selling him in January. So I think although it happens every season, Thomas Partey, when fit, is undoubtedly one of the best DMs in the league.
But is he one of the best DMs in the league now, despite with all his injuries?
Well, no, obviously because he hasn't played.
When he's fully fit, Luca, he is. I
Yeah.
always say he's also the most important player for me when he's fully fit.
Well, he
Yeah.
is because when he's fully fit and when he's really on it, right, and turns up into a big game, right, and I would have him on the weekend against Liverpool, right, and don't forget Arsenal have picked up results in some games without Thomas Partey, and that's a positive I will say because we're going to be getting Zubimendi or someone in the summer, right, and I'm looking at it, we're going to need Thomas Partey against Liverpool because Liverpool are going to have Salah back for that game on Sunday, right? And we're going to need Thomas Partey in that game. And I feel
I
like
don't know, it's a hamstring injury in it, so I don't know whether he's going to
might,
be fit.
maybe not, but it could be mind games for Klopp. He might risk him on the bench.
Possibly.
Could do.
What's your guys' thoughts on the whole Barcelona links with Arteta? He literally came out and said that they're all
For me,
Yeah.
I think it was a load of fake, right? Because maybe down the line, he like in the next 3 or 4 years, he might want to go there down the line and within the future because he did play in Spain, I believe, back in the day, and I think right this time right now, I don't think you don't see him going anywhere. I think it was just a load of fake journalists. I think it was just the Barcelona social media were just doing it for clicks, and technically. I don't see Arteta going anywhere anytime. He's very happy. He even said it when I was listening to your stream. He said he's very happy turning up to Colney every single morning, 6-7 days a week, and training every single day, constantly non-stop. And he's happy. He's living lively. And this guy was linked with us when Wenger left in 2018, before Emery got the job. And this guy was popping on bookies' favourites to end up getting the job, and he got the job. So this whole Barcelona talk is, I just look at it and I just genuinely think it's just a lot of fake, to be honest, because maybe in the next 4 or 5 years when Arteta might leave, he might go there because what is he, like 41 years old? He retired from football in 2016, right?
The thing is, why would he go to Barcelona though? Like, I get you used to play for them, but you know how often they get rid of managers year in. Like, look how
This is
Xavi.
Arsenal Football Club,
It's not
Josh.
about, yeah. No, but I'm saying if he went to Barcelona, it's not like he can do a process phases for 5 years.
Yeah, but they raised standards that Arsenal don't.
Look at Xavi. Like, Xavi's lost 2 years now. He's
Barcelona are raising the standards. That club's in a mess, right? That club's a mess.
Yeah, I know. I don't think that's anything to do with them raising the standards. Xavi's just chosen to leave Barcelona at the end of the season. He hasn't been sacked or anything.
No, but why can't we not have that with Arteta? Why can't the Cronkies in
No,
Edinburgh?
but that's Arteta's decision, though. Like,
Well, it
Xavi's
is.
decision was to step down. Like, there was nothing to do with, the club and that. Right? If the club told, Arteta, right, you're gone in the morning, then, okay, fair enough.
I think what it is, people are worried that we're going to end up being like, when Emery, towards the end of his reign, people.
Oh, no, I wouldn't take it that far. I wouldn't take it that far.
That's what people worry about. And people worried, we're going to be like Man United, Chelsea. We're nowhere near
We won't.
That Man United game yesterday was, mate, that club's a mess, right? Against Newport, right? They struggled to win a 4-2 lead against Newport County. And I know Newport County very well. And the trouble is, this is why, look, Arteta for me, they're not going to sack this guy, okay? With the amount of money this guy has been spent, right? They believe in this manager. They believe he's the right man for the job. But what I don't get about owners is that, yes, this manager has been backed finally and actually been spending money. But when you're in a title race, why can't you not actually go and spend in January? Because FFP's in there. That's why if FFP wasn't around, then everybody would be jumping for joy, spending money. So, therefore, but saying that, if we can't afford Callum Wilson, it's not what Arsenal fans want, but we need a striker anyway. And might actually be a decent job to the end of the season. But
No.
we can't afford 20 million, then what is it? How are we going to have the money for the summer to buy people like Ivan Toney, Neto, and Zubimendi? Are we going to be getting money from Champions League revenue when we get money and all these kits and qualifying for the? We got money anyway. Do you honestly believe we have money to go on and buy Ivan Toney, or do you
Yeah, we
we
do.
don't have money?
Yeah, we do.
We
Because
do.
FFP, yeah, but FFP's in a conclusion. Do you honestly believe that this football club actually has got money to slap 100 million and not get risk of
It's not.
FFP?
It's not a problem in the summer though, because it's just January though that the problems lie.
That's why we
Yeah.
always fall short. What is it about January transfer window that we can't treat it like a summer window? Yes, you only get 28 days in a window, 31 days in a window.
Well, it's
But-
because how much we spent in the summer, Luca. It's because we splashed 65,000 dollars.
Yeah, but why can't we not do the same? Look at Liverpool. They sold Coutinho for 142 million or something.
Yeah,
like
we
that.
can sell players. Of course
But
we
why
can.
can't we not sell players? But there's loads of players we should get rid of in January. Does that mean we're not going to be able to actually get all of them? Because then we're going to
because the teams that want our players are still stuck in the FFP rut. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're in the same boat as us. So they're taking it easy this January.
The only team that spent in the Premier League is Tottenham.
Yeah.
And Brentford a little bit.
Well,
it's kind of crazy. This has got to be one of the worst windows I've ever seen.
It is.
So arse, man.
We will all be doing transfer deadline days on Wednesday, Thursday this week on streams. But the trouble is,
we'll do Arsenal transfer deadline day just to see Cedric leave.
Yeah, I mean, for £5 million. You know what I mean? It's just...
Yeah, I mean, we were linked with Matoma. Well, we're not heavily linked with anyone. I thought we were going to be heavily linked with.
Matoma's quality, man. I have him in a heartbeat. But
it's not like we have a main target. You remember last season we had like Mudryk to talk about every single day. You had the whole Mudryk saga. We had a main target. This year we haven't even got a main target that we can talk about every single day.
We haven't.
I mean, Zubimendi's the closest one to our number one target. You could almost argue.
But Ivan Toney should be our number one target. Why are we having Zubimendi as our number one target? The striker should be priority first, then go and get Zubimendi.
Nah, I think midfield.
I think both.
Yeah, look, don't get me wrong. We need a striker, but you look at that midfield.
In the summer. They even come out in the meeting and said that we're going to look for a centre forward in the summer.
Yeah, I mean, it's just. I feel like if you look at that midfield, I think that is partly the reason why we aren't doing a whole lot this season and why we have regressed, because we're not quick on the counter attack as we used to be. Them intricate 1-2 triangles, you get what I'm saying, last season, are not there. Whether that's because of Kai Havertz slowing the play down, I just think with Xhaka in there, he was that shithouse. He was Romero for Tottenham, right? He was a dirty shithouse that you get in your face and he will go, you know what, if you do that again, I'm going to fucking come for you. And I feel like that was, the reason why we were winning so many matches. Obviously, our football was great, don't get me wrong, and it was a joy to watch. But at the end of the day, we were a team that the opposition clubs didn't want to mess around with, because we will get straight into their face like, how dare you? We don't have that. Kai Havertz is just a fucking kitten most of the time, a lost kitten when it comes to these, scraps halfway through the game. And I just feel like we need some of that in our team right now. And Zubimendi, although he may not be that sort of guy, you've got that balance in the midfield, right? When you look at the defence, I don't think we need any more fullbacks, although a left back should be definitely on the cards because Zinchenko can't bloody defend. But still, who is our Saliba backup? Can anyone tell me?
We don't have a backup for Saliba, and that's the problem.
So we need a backup centre half. We need a midfielder, right? It's going to be you know, I would say it's harder to sign your number one target as your first signing. So you're going to want to look for cheaper alternatives who are ballers, but cheaper alternatives who are available in the summer to then, you know, make them at least integrate into your team. That's what I will say. Because Zubimendi, great player. I would say he slots into our midfield perfectly. And then you've got the midfield sorted with, I guess, Thomas Partey as your backup, right? Then you look for a centre half. Because at the end of the day, that was the reason why we pretty much bottled the league title. Although the mentality wasn't there, Saliba there proved that, yeah, they have got a Ferrari, and then Holding is a Fiat pretty much. So you need a centre half, and it's not exactly that easy to get your number one target. So that's obviously going to happen later on in the transfer window. It's not going to happen instantly.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to look at other targets. You know, at the start of the transfer window, and then look for a striker as the transfer window glides on. But that's just me.
No, I agree 100%, bro. I don't know where Luca's gone. He says, be right
I
back.
don't
But,
notice.
yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Big up. We still got 40 people inside. Make sure you guys hit like buttons up. Make sure you guys search on if you're new as well. We're on the road 7K. We'll be back later today, 5 p.m. Transfer show, and I'm on Football Corners channel as well for a preview. That'll be 6:30. Put my community tab of people, and then also we'll be back with AFCON tonight, 7:30. Senegal against Ivory Coast, and then obviously tomorrow will be a watch along, match reaction, player ratings, all that stuff coming. So yeah, take care, everyone. Thanks for tuning in today, as always. And I'll see you guys later on this evening. I'm out of here. Ciao, guys.